going to go over some ECAMM stuff. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos with some basic setups and stuff for ECAMM. But right now, I think what we want to talk about is ECAMM subscription and some of the things about the ECAMM subscription I think is important. So right here, you could see there's the trial. So you get free 14 days. You got your standard plan. You got your pro plan. So for those 14 days, and I think this is where you need to take some consideration. You have here unlimited streaming for all platforms, adds an ECAMM watermark. So you could try the standard and pro plan features for free for those 14 days. And I think this is what's going to be critical. If you do get ECAMM, affiliate link will be below, just saying. You got your standard plan, you got your pro plan. If you go for the year, which saves you a little bit more money, if you look here, this to me is major. The pro plan has the virtual camera. So let's say, for example, you wanted to use ECAMM in meeting software, Zoom, Google Meets, WebEx, some of these other things. You need the virtual camera. You can't. Do you need the virtual camera just to do like YouTube and Facebook? No. But if you do think about using this for other things like Zoom and meeting software, you're going to need the pro plan. 4K streaming, there's a lot of people that want to do 4K. If you even think about it, you're going to need the pro plan. What else is the least important to me? I mean, a lot of these would be important to me itself. Audio monitoring out, the live monitoring, real-time bandwidth statistic. I use that. I want to say, at least off the top of my head, the biggest one for me. Oh, and the interview mode. Oh, wow. So if you're planning on doing any interviews, you're going to need the pro. So interview mode, virtual camera, for some people 4K. These three to me are huge. Not saying these other ones are not important. And that's what your plan. So if you do the month to month, you're looking at like standard 20 and 40, 1632. So that's this part here. And then just to give you an idea, I think this is my button. This is what ECAMM looks like. Now, I'm using remote software to control one of my other Macs. That way I could show you this because I'm recording on the main one, so I can't start clicking around. But this is my MacBook Pro. I'm using remote software, but this is what ECAMM's going to look like. And you see a lot of black. That's just because my screen's black. You have your main window here. You have your comments. So I put the comments here. You can move these around and place them where you want. So this is customizable. You put them where you want. You have your scenes. You have your audio. This thing comes up a little bit higher. I could try to shrink that down and make it a little bit better there. You have your sound levels. So it's picking up right now the microphone from my room. So any noise, that laptop right now is in my room, is going to come up there. And you have your overlays. Now, I'm not going to get into all of this but in this video, but just want to show you guys. So you got all these right here on the side. So if it's already up, it's just going to disappear. So you could tick them in and out. There's your audio. This one, some people use for they could center. You can use your green screen. I don't use this a lot myself. And to me, that's getting more advanced. We're going to keep things to a basic. You got your sound effects. There's your comments. This is the interview mode. So if you're planning on doing interviews, you'll come in here, you'll turn this thing on, and then, you'll work on this, and I'll get into more details with that in other videos. And then if you click on here, these are your settings. So if we come over here, you got your general settings. I don't think I really mess with anything much in here. We're not going to show the account. You got your streams. Here's where you want to set some stuff up. I would recommend at least starting off, you could always change this, and you want to match your cameras to this. So if you have a mirrorless or DSLR, you want it to match. If you're using something like an ECAMM Mini, you want it to match. So I'm not going to do 4K if I'm using the ECAMM Mini, because I believe the ECAMM Mini could only go up to, 1080p. So I want to say a safe bet 1080p, wide aspect, 30 frames, high quality. I won't do the high quality audio to start with, movie mode. Let's go to video. Default source mode, I'm going to tell you right now, my preference is blank. And there's a reason for that. We'll get into that in a future video. All this rest should be fine. Now, here's something I want to point out, because some people are like, well, I don't want my built-in camera to be visible. Well, you disable it. Here it is right here. Disable built-in camera. Now, it won't use my MacBook Pro's webcam. So I'll unselect it later. I'll leave that for now. Come here to audio. I really don't mess with any of this stuff. And again, we're doing basic, all right? We're not doing anything super fancy. This could all stay the same. This I change. So this is in the interview mode if you're doing it. Guest view is going to view the host camera. Personal preference. I'd rather they see the entire broadcast. And what I mean by the broadcast is anything we put up. That way they know when they're on camera. They know when certain things are going. That's personal preference. I'd rather have them see the broadcast. Screen sharing. I normally don't change anything here. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Twitter's over here. Twitch, YouTube. These are your accounts. So this is what I was saying about like the virtual camera. You don't need a virtual camera for these. You don't need it for Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. You probably don't need it for a few others, but these are streaming services. This is social media. When you're talking Zoom, Google Meets, those kind of things, those are different. You're going to need the virtual camera for that, which means you're going to want to deal with Pro. And that is going to be it for this video. In future videos, I'm going to get into more details. I'm going to show you how to create a scene, how to do certain things in the scenes, but we'll go over in more details all those things in ECAMM. Just wanted to kind of do more of an intro video here and dig into it a little bit. Not a lot. If you need a lot more information, I could share some links to other people that do like training videos and all that. This is going to be more basic. This is more familiarizing you with ECAMM. And I'm starting with ECAMM because ECAMM is what I use. I might get into other things in later videos, but right now we're sticking to ECAMM.